And Oladipo pulls it down. We'll go to Dorisburg, who spoke with head coach Jason Kidd. Doris, what's the news there?
Kevin, what they need most to be concerned with, according to Coach, is slowing down the transition game. He said these guys can give us a lot of problems if we let them get out on the fast break consistently. That's what we'll be trying hard to avoid today, guys. We'll see how they manage that.
All right, Doris. Another shot, and there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. The Magic shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And you look at the numbers for this season, guys, from the free throw line, they're shooting 77%.
Orlando making some changes. Evan Fournier comes in for Harris, and Gordon subbed in for Victor Oladipo. And then for Milwaukee. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Ilyasova. Mayo comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Carter Williams in for Jared Bayless. Passes to Antetokounmpo. Cannot hit. And Orlando will come the other way. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
Yeah, that last matchup was really a tough game. And I thought the difference was they got some scoring from their bench, and they needed it. But that depth really was the issue.
And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
Now the dish to Carter Williams. 13 feet away. The shot's good from Henson. Henson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. It's Jackson with the drive. And Fry kicks to Fournier. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Antetokounmpo dishes to Mayo. A stupendous finish in traffic.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Magic lead by 1. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center.
Next Monday night, February 2nd, Al Jefferson and the Charlotte Hornets take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And from what we've seen, and the first half is now in the books. But
okay, everybody, pay attention. We definitely got some stuff to go over from the first half. We're not going to let this game get away from us.
For the most part, we played an intelligent first half. Our passing has been crisp. We haven't given the ball away, and that's big because we can't afford turnovers.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but you know, Henson's checked in for Ilyasova. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got Chris Middleton, John Henson out there with Pachulia. Then there's Jared Dudley, and it's Bayless in at the guard position. Oladipo misses. And the Magic making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Some information for us, Doris.
Well, over that break, I listened in on what head coach for the Magic was getting across in the huddle. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Oladipo. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thanks, Doris.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
A theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. Of course, you think both about Shaq and Dwight Howard and their exits.
And Bayless kicks to Henson. It's hauled in by the Magic. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
I'll be anxious to see what ends up happening with that Mavericks game, guys. That should be a good one.
And about Orlando and their stars, is it better, Clark, to have had stars and lost them, or to never have had stars at all?
Well, it's a different kind of heartache, that's for sure. I think you'd rather have them and lose them than not to have them at all. But Orlando has seen a lot of success for how long they've been a franchise. They'd like to be able, though, looking ahead, to keep that next star that's wearing a Magic uniform right now.
Channing Frye's checked in for the Magic. Fournier comes in for Oladipo. Jackson against Carter Williams. Jackson setting the pick here for Harris. Drops in the tray. Harris has got 8 points.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap up since the start of the second half. They're starting to find the range.
Steve, the lasers are starting to do their thing. That's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, John Henson was a late bloomer in high school, played as a guard initially before hitting a major growth spurt. I think that helps him a lot when it comes to defending the perimeter. He's comfortable moving his feet and has a knack for blocking shots without fouling.
And the knocks on Henson have had to do, Clark, with his slender frame and his shooting.
Yeah, but Kevin, those are the things that most players are able to improve upon in the NBA. The things you can't teach, length, agility, shot blocking, he has all of that.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Vucevic. And Ben Gordon is subbed in for Harris.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Jared Dudley. Now, last month turned out for him first in three-point field goal percentage. And he's such an effective and an efficient offensive player, number 2 in the league in field goal percentage.
Well, Steve, I mean, I've got to say one more thing about his league best three-point percentage. It kind of reminds me of you, partner. Not rushing shots, doing the same thing every time, and not settling for bad ones, only taking good shots and then making the most of them.
Mayo, that's good.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
So for Milwaukee, their last game, a win against the Miami Heat.
I thought the way they attacked the rim and got into the paint was phenomenal. It seemed like after a while, the defense just kind of waved the white flag.
That's exactly what will happen when a team continues to attack the goal and come away with layups. It demoralizes the defense.
Mayo with a screen on Jackson. Henson sets a screen for Carter Williams.
Michael Carter Williams with that rare height at the point guard spot. He's 6'6", long arms. And one thing you love about taller point guard.
Good work. Good work.
Oh, yeah, man.
Hours checked in for Orlando. 2 shots. And so it's Milwaukee with it. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Jackson, he's in at point guard. Fournier out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then there's Ben Gordon. And it's Dedmon in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's out there for Orlando. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Well, if you're going to set a screen like that, you've got to make sure your feet are set.
I agree with you, and I thought maybe he was set that time, Steve. I thought it was a good screen on his part.
Miles Plumlee's checked in for Milwaukee. Now here's Jackson. This one for three. Count it. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
And that'll wrap it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan, and thanks for tuning in.